Hello! In this video, we are going to talk about the railroad tracks of Plexville. Basically, this is the last area that we have to go over, is the railroad track area. This is probably the least common area to find hiders, which is why we're going over it. That felt good to say. This is the least common area to find hiders, which is why we're going over it. I like saying things like that. That one was good. So now, we are going to go over here. So there's actually a room over here that you could find hiders in, right, if you weren't already familiar with it. So, starting with the melons, right, you do have a singular melon here, so if you see like a melon next to it, it's fake. But for the other melons, you have a total of 4 melons here, and then a cube of melons right here. That's all the melons that should be in this room. So again, if you see a melon next to this one, it's fake. If you see more than 4 here, for instance 5, or like one in the back right here, it's fake. If you see something modifying this cube structure, like something on top of the cube, it's fake. That's pretty much it for the melons. As for the hay bales, you have 2 lone hay bales, so like that, like this one and this one. Over here you have that structure that we saw a lot in Desert Village. Obviously a hay bale on top there. Here you have that structure we saw in Thames Square a lot, right? The 3-block staircase and the 2-block staircase in front of it. So any modification of this, like for instance, like see it squared off right here, it's fake. Or if you see it squared off right here, it's fake. You see it again, anything I'm about to say. If you see it squared off right here, that's fake. And again, 2 hay bales in a row, that's fake. And again, I like saying it again, even though it doesn't mean anything. A hay bale in this photo is fake. That's basically it. If you see any modification to that structure we saw a lot in the road, like for instance it's squared off, that would be fake. See 3 hay bales on top of each other like that, it's fake. That's basically it for the hay bales. Pretty easy if you just kind of know it. Obviously, if you know it, then it's easy. If you don't, then it's not. For the cakes, there's a total of 3 cakes and 3 flower pots, right? Really easy to just memorize. There's 3 cakes and 3 flower pots. I like that one. That one is good. So, like you see 4 cakes, like for instance, if you count the total number of cakes in this room now, there's 4, so it's fake. Same thing for the flower pots. There should be a total of 3 flower pots, but if you decide to count the flower pots and you see there's a total of 4 flower pots, then you know one of them's fake. So it's really easy if you just kind of know everything, right? So this room is pretty easy if you just know it, right? That's all I gotta really say. I like saying things like that. It's really easy if you just know how to do it, right? That's basically it. Now over here, right, you should never see a flower pot like behind it. And from far away, it can actually be a little difficult to see this, right? And to prove that mathematically, maybe that doesn't make any sense, it can be really difficult to see this flower pot if you're like even like this far away. So what I like to do is I like to go in third person because now you get a better view of it. So like as you're coming over here with radar, easy if you just kind of look at it in third person. Right, really easy. So that's all you really have to do. I wouldn't worry about the exact positions of these flower pots on the railroad. It's not really that important, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Now over here there actually is an important spot, and that is if you see flower pots / melons like in this specific spot or behind these leaves. It's actually really common to see that from the data that I have collected. I like saying that. From the data that I have collected in this map. I like saying things like that. That's basically it, right? But obviously these animals. For these cakes, again, notice it sort of looks like the letter F, but it's not the same thing that we saw before, right? It's like the letter F, but it's not the same thing we saw before. Another way to think about it is there's 2 cakes in a row on top, 4 in a row right here, and then 3 evenly spaced out right here. See that? So 2 in a row on top. So if you see 3 in a row like this, it's fake. If you see 5 in a row like this, I like saying that. 5 in a row, that's fake. 5 is so many, so it's so fun to say. And also, like if you see a cake in this gap, or this gap, then that would be fake. But it's really easy if you just kind of know it, right? Right, so now we're going to head over here to these block piles. For the animals, they don't face the same direction, so, right, if you see one that is not facing the same direction, like for some reason it didn't align itself, like if the orientation correction didn't work, then you know it's going to be fake. I wouldn't really worry about it too much. It's not really that important. Now, for these cakes, again, let's find a way to think about it. 3 cakes in a row on top, that's the first thing. So if you see 4 cakes on top like this, that would be fake. I guess this structure is pretty easy if you just sort of know it, right? 4 cakes in a row, it's fake, right? 4 cakes in a row, it's fake. 4 cakes in a row, it's fake. right? You see 2 cakes in a row in front, and then this cake. So really easy if you just know it, right? I like saying things like that. For these hay bales, I like to think of the number 4. And the reason why is because there's 4 hay bales on top of the stack, 4 hay bales over here, and 4 hay bales right here, which form the letter Y. Do you see that? Right? Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 hay bales on top, 4 hay bales right here, and then notice we have the letter Y here, which again, that's 4 hay bales. So it's 4, 4, 4. You just gotta memorize it. So if you see 5 hay bales, right, it's no longer the letter Y, that's fake. You see 5 hay bales over here, for instance, like this, or like this. 5 hay bales means it's a fake one. But again, 5 hay bales on top of the stack, that's how you know that this is a fake one. So that's basically it for the hay bales. Alright, heading over here to these melons. So basically for the melons, it's not really that important. I don't really, you know what, we're not going to talk about it. I don't know what to say for it. For these TNTs, there's basically 2 holes. I'll just mention those, nothing else, right? A hole right here, and a hole right here. Just kind of know those holes, that's all you really got to know. Right? Not really that important. Again, same thing over here. You could find flower pots, like, literally at the edge over here. Right, that's really all it is. For the holes, like, if you see, like, a furnace in this hole, right, there's another hole here. I'm pretty sure there's only a total of 3 holes. So really, 2 right in front of Hunter Spawn, and then 1 over here. Just sort of know that. That's really all it is. And so I think that's pretty much it for this entire video. Right? I don't think there's anything else to go over, actually. Wait. Wow. We're already done. No, I'm just kidding. I like doing that. But that's pretty much it for this video. That's pretty much it. I like doing that. Okay,